Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing my May favorites. I kind of skipped out doing April and I think March. I don't think I did my March favorites either. I could be wrong. But I definitely skipped on doing my April favorites. I did film them, I just didn't upload them. By the time I remembered, it was like halfway through May. So I just figured, whatever, I'll just do May and scrap the April favorites. I have quite the list. I wrote everything down and it's all in a pile, but I like to write things down, otherwise I forget, regardless of what it is. Appointments, just anything. So there's a good mix of like, there's some makeup, quite a bit of fashion, some randoms, and a couple of games that I've been loving as well. So the first thing I'm going to start with is, I guess, the skin stuff. I have two things like that kind of fall in like, not necessarily skincare, but it's like, it's body related. It's not makeup, but it's not clothing. It's, yeah. So the first thing I have is actually by La Vanilla, and this is their Vanilla Summer. This is the rollerball. I actually have the actual full-size perfume as well. I was looking everywhere for a smell that kind of smells like, it sounds weird, but it's the, what brand is it? Hawaiian Tropic suntan lotion. I love that smell. I love that kind of like, it's like summertime smell, like the coconut, and I don't know, it's like a tropical smell. So I've been really loving this. I'm actually wearing the rollerball today, and it smells so good. Like, so good. I love like anything that smells like coconut. And speaking of coconut, I have the Body Shop Coconut Body Milk with fair trade virgin coconut oil from Samoa. And it actually does come in like, it's a little spray at the top, as you can see. And this stuff is actually thin. It's like, it's really watery. It's really thin, unlike the regular kind of body lotion that comes like this, but like a cap. And you actually spray it on. And what I like to use with this is after I come out of the shower, I just spray and rub it in. And since it's so thin, it goes into your skin really easily. It doesn't stay like on the surface of your skin or anything. It doesn't take forever to rub in. And in no way is it actually very greasy at all. The next thing, I guess, which is the third thing, I don't have it physically in my hand. It's actually sitting on my dresser. It's my Zara Beauty lipstick tower. It's the big one. You can get a small one now, actually. The small one's a bit cheaper, but it doesn't hold as much. So I got the bigger one. There's no, what they say, no bling on it. And it's in black, so I have that, and I've been loving that. It actually houses a lot of the lipsticks that I have that don't fit either in my Alex binder because they're too tall, or the lipsticks that don't fit in the little acrylic container because the lipstick's too fat. So it houses my Kat Von D style lipsticks, a bunch of MAC lipsticks, some drugstore, and all of my Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks are on that thing. We'll go into makeup next and fashion, then we'll do kind of like the miscellaneous stuff last, because some of it I don't have like a physical copy of it because I bought the games through Steam. So for makeup, the first two products I have are by Kat Von D, and the first one is her new, what is this, the Locket color correcting eyeshadow primer, and I have mine in light, and it just comes like this. It's a stick and it twists up like that. So this is what the light one looks like. I believe this is the second lightest one. I could be wrong, but I just put it on my eyelids, smudge it out, and then it also comes with a sharpener right at the bottom there. I do really like this. I still have the other, her Locket tattoo primer. I prefer that one over this one slightly, only because I have really oily lids, and the other one, even though it's, wherever it is, it's in my makeup bag, it's in the tube formula and it's thick, it doesn't crease, whereas this one kind of does, but that's because I have oily eyelids. but I've been loving that. And the other thing by Kat Von D is the Shade and Light Eye Quad in Smoke. So there's 4 of these. I have all 4 of them. Surprise. So this is the Smoke Quad. This is the back. And these don't have, the colors don't have names. They just say the big one is the base. And there's a define shade, a contouring shade, and a highlight shade. And these ones don't open up all the way either. They just kind of open like that. So this is the Smoke. You can tell my camera is kind of picking up. I don't know why. There's like a little bit of a yellow tone there when there shouldn't be. Or maybe it's just me. Who knows. But you can tell I've been using, I just use this one a lot, and that's all I have in my crease right now is just this kind of, like it's like a gray taupe shade, and then I have Wet n Wild's Brulee, which is the lighter color. So that's that. So this is the ones I've been using right there, and they're really crazy pigmented. Like you don't need very much. Like you barely have to dip your brush in. I'm not being melodramatic. Like to me, they're very, very pigmented, and they're great. They stay on all day. Next thing I have is by Urban Decay, and it's one of the new Afterglow highlighters, and I have mine in Sin. And Sin is the more champagne-y color. Now when I ordered this I think when they first came out, and mine during the shipping, I don't know what happened, but it had a bit of an accident. It's got a couple craters in there. It's got a couple craters in there for sure. This one's really pretty. It's like that true kind of champagne shade for highlight. And I have a little bit on my cheeks, on my Cupid's bow, and down my nose today. I would swatch it, but I think a lot of people have already seen how this looks, or they own it themselves, so. But I've been loving that. The next 2 products are by MAC, and they're both, like, one's a face powder and one's a bronzer. So the face powder is the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light Plus, and I believe this is the old packaging now. I think they've changed like all their packaging, but that's what that looks like. So with this guy, I've either been putting it over top my foundation, or I've just been wearing it on its own. There's no real coverage to it. It's just like a very light coverage, if you know what I mean. Like, but I just use this on its own, and that's all I have on today. Like I have, what do I have underneath? It's a Stila One Step Correct, the one with the 3 different colors. I have that, and then I have this over top. Other than that, I'm not wearing any like liquid foundation at all. And the other thing is the bronzer, and this is the bronzing powder in Golden, and this is actually in limited edition packaging. This was from the Alluring Aquatics collection like 2 years ago, something like that. And this is the product there. I've been using it almost every day. I stopped using it recently because there's another one, which is actually the next thing I'm going to show in my favorites. But this, it can pull a little orange, very slightly. Like the MAC, this bronzer isn't like crazy pigmented, but it's not, like it's not, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not crazy pigmented, but it's very, like it goes on very light. And it does, like as I said, it does pull a bit orange. There is some glitter in there, which you can't really see. So, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like half tired right now. But that's it for MAC stuff. Grab this over here. So the next thing I have is the bronzer I have been using in place of that, and this has been everywhere on YouTube as well, and it is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I bought both. They come in 2 shades. There's light bronzer, which is this shade, and then there's just bronzer, which is the darkest shade, but it's not very dark in my opinion. So, and this stuff smells so good. Like it smells like coconut. Coconut and like pineapple, like tropic. But that's what this guy looks like. It goes on, like it's very buttery. Like it is true to its name. It is very buttery. With the light bronzer, this one, like people are saying it's not very pigmented, blah blah blah, and it is like pigmented, like when you like swirl your finger in there. It is very pigmented. It's just when it goes on your skin, you can't really see it. So basically, like for me, for this one I use every day, or have been using every day, to kind of give my skin kind of like a light, like bronze look, like I've been out in the sun. But even the darkest shade, I can talk really, the darkest shade, bronzer, it's like maybe a shade darker than this, and it looks more like a bronzer. Like for somebody who has, I'd say maybe a darker skin tone, like these wouldn't be good for like a bronzer for a darker skin tone. Like this could probably pass as kind of like almost like a highlighter in a way. Like they're matte, like you can't even, like there's a bit of sheen there, so I shouldn't say a highlighter, but it wouldn't even work as a bronzer for somebody who really has really dark skin, unfortunately, even the darkest shade. They are really good. They stay on all day. They give your skin like that sun kiss, like you've been out in the sun, like it looks like you have a tan. Like it doesn't look like anything dramatic. Like you wouldn't be able to contour with this. But it is really nice. I do like it. The last thing for makeup is by Lunatick Labs, and this is their Lip Slick in Coven Cream. And I actually bought 2 of these because I like the color so much. So that's what this looks like. It's like a gray taupe shade. Now swatch this thing because, so you can see, it's that guy right there. It's very, very pretty. It actually, the smell to it, it smells like peppermint, but not like overpowering peppermint. It's a lot like the OCC lip tars, like that peppermint oil smell, except for this one isn't as strong as the OCC lip tars. But these ones either labeled a liquid lipstick, but it's not a liquid to matte lipstick formula. It's like a lip lacquer, where it's a liquid lipstick, but it does not dry down. So, and they are, as you, like that was one swipe. Like they're very pigmented. I have a bunch of these in an upcoming haul, which I'll be filming today, so maybe I'll change out of my dress and change to something different just so it kind of looks So next item is going to be, I guess, fashion stuff. So the first thing is actually what I'm wearing, and you can't really see it, but it's this pizza dress by Sourpuss clothing, and it's a skater dress. I'd stand up, but come on now. And it's really stretchy. Like, it's a very comfortable dress. It's not thick in any way where it would weigh you down or make you really hot. It's really, really comfortable. Sticking to dresses, the other one I have is actually by Killstar, and this one is the Horny skater dress. Yes, the Horny skater dress. And it's actually, like, the fabric's a bit different. Like, this fabric is so comfortable. I love Killstar clothing. That's what the front of the dress looks like. There's the demonic goat with the pentagram on his head. And then the bottom of the dress actually has this kind of occult symbol design on the bottom. The back of the dress has like a little button, but really I don't think it does anything. But that's that guy right there, and I've been loving this thing to death. It's so comfy. Sticking with clothes and Killstar, the next thing I've been loving is this Seasons shirt by Killstar, and you'll see why in a second, and if I can get the tags stuck back in there. So this is what it looks like, and it says spring colors black, summer colors black, fall colors black, winter colors black, and it says Killstar at the bottom. And this is like, it describes me to a T. Like, all my clothes are black. I have a problem. I own like hardly any color, if any, in my wardrobe. I do have some, but not very much. Next thing, well, I guess there's only 2 things left really. Next thing is actually my handbag, and this is, I forget what it's called, but it's Kate Spade. It's a bucket bag. I think I actually have the tag in here. This is embarrassing because I just did a, yes, It's called the Sandy Cobble Hill. So that's what this thing looks like, and I've been loving it to death. It is real leather, and I know there's some people out there that would crucify me and all these terrible, terrible things, but I love this bag. The next thing I have are shoes, and these are by Dolly Bay, and I bought them off of Doll's Kill, and they are called the Harlot's Web boots, and this is what they look like. I'll pick one up here. So you see, if you can kind of see the reflection, it has a web design, and it has a clear acrylic base with these little things moving around in them. The little things moving around in here are actually plastic spiders. They are absolutely amazing. These are actually super comfortable, believe it or not. Like, you can't really bend your foot in them because of the acrylic base, but they are so freaking comfy. Like, I love these things. And anytime I've worn these, like I wore them last week, and people were staring at them, some kind of like, what the hell are those, to ugh. But they're a statement shoe, like, for sure they are a statement shoe. But I absolutely love them. I've actually had a couple people ask where I got these from. I don't know if they were serious or not, but I told them anyway. Last, I guess 5 things are kind of random. My favorite games of the month, the first one being Stardew Valley, which is, if you've never played Stardew Valley, it's essentially like Harvest Moon. Pretty much Harvest Moon. With Stardew Valley, it's pretty much you're a city girl or boy coming in, you inherited your grandfather's farm, you bring it back to life, blah blah blah, and you live in this small town called Pelican Town. And there's this giant corporation called Joja Cola, or the Joja company, trying to take over Pelican Town. But it's really good. Like, it's really addictive. Like, if you love Harvest Moon, you're gonna be sucked into that game, like, no problem. And the other game I've been playing is called Rivals of Aether. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to grab my little plushie. If I can find him, he's here somewhere. Where is it? Be right back. Rivals of Aether is the other game I've been crazy hooked on, and I play, the 2 characters that I play the most are wrong, Zetterburn, and Orcane, or what I call the fishy. I love Orcane. This is actually an Orcane plushie that I got, and he came with a DLC code that gives the Orcane in the game a different skin color, and it's actually a golden Orcane. Most of the characters have another, they come with skins that are already set, like different colors that they can have. Kind of like Smash Brothers, where the colors change if you're going to play the same character. And then these ones are DLC, so you either had to pay for them, or the Orcane plushie came with one. That's the only way you can get it. The Champion Zetter skin they were being given away during, is it GDC they were being given away? They were being given away there, and then the occasional time, some of the players in the Rivals community would be giving them away during, like, the summit. They had a summit, I think last month they had a summit in Seattle. And then occasionally they'll give away skins when you watch them on Twitch, and it's usually a Champion Zetter skin. The other, I think 2 more characters that have a skin. Yeah, there's Raster. Raster is the Falcon of the group, and he has a skin. Maple has a skin. And I think that is it so far. I could be wrong, but I've been loving that game. And actually, they're having a tournament in June, actually. So if you are a huge fan of the game or want to pick it up, it's great. In a way, it's kind of like Smash Brothers, but it's not. It's like its own kind of mechanic, in a way. Like, there are some characters that play similar to Smash characters. Like, if you watch Zetterburn, or if you want to try Zetterburn, he plays a lot like a mix of Wolf and Fox. So, but I've been loving that game, and I'll put Orking over here. The next thing, the album or song or whichever it is that I've been loving the most, I bought Disturbed's new album, Immortalized, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And there's like, I like pretty much all the songs on there. Pretty much all the songs on there. My favorite song is Immortalized on the album. Like, I love Sound of Silence, but for a different song that's on the album, I've been loving that one. My favorite store, actually, my best friend and I went out last week and we hit up downtown during the Victoria Day parade, which was crazy, but we did it. And we actually went into this store, and it's a macaron store, and it's so effing good. And it's actually, I got one of the menus, it's called Bon Macaron. This is one of their menus that they have with like all the different flavors on the back too. They don't carry all the flavors at once. Sometimes they'll bring in like kind of like a seasonal flavor or a special flavor for the day. Excuse me. But we went in there, I've had them before, she hasn't, and she completely fell in love with the place, so I hope, Brittany, that you went back and you took Mel with you. Last favorite is what I've been watching. I've actually been watching Trailer Park Boys season 10, like, over and over and over again, and just, I couldn't stop laughing. I actually used to think that show was stupid. Like, when it first came out, I think it was season 3 when I first saw it, or 4, or something like that. I first watched it because my little brothers were hooked on it, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, what is this? Is this a documentary? Is this, like, supposed to be like this? And I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, I didn't even give it a chance. Just like, nope, you're dumb, goodbye. And then when I started going out with my boyfriend, and we watched it, I'm like, oh my god, this is so funny. So, but I've been loving that as well. And that's pretty much it for all my favorites this month. I'm going to be filming a couple more videos today. I'm probably going to change out of this dress though. Only because I feel lazy and I don't want to look all, I don't know. I just don't want to wear the dress anymore. So that's it for my favorites. Then I guess I will see you in my next video. If you like this, subscribe and you can see more of me. Or, yeah, not or, and thumbs up this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.